Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, the 6th of May, and once again, I've just managed to do about an hour on our Lily of the Woods piece, which I'm really happy with. I think last night I was so defeated, I just realised that, I'm not going to meet my first deadline and the whole thing is going to just fall apart. But this morning, I'm feeling a little bit more optimistic. I still don't think I'm going to meet the deadline. It wouldn't be the first time that has happened, so I can tell you. When I was in university many years ago, I was the type of person that walked in to lectures or tutorials with my essays, because I did history and English, so very essay-based subjects, and I would go in with my essays and the paper would still be warm because I would have finished them, at 7 o'clock that morning, having stayed up all night, and then ran to the library, printed them off, and ran to the tutorial looking like, honestly, with a head like the wreck of the Hesperus. And my tutorial papers, or my essay papers, really warm. So I am a bit of a last minute person, although I think as I've gotten older, I've gotten better. I don't know if I'm the only one that's like that. I don't think I am. Anyway, we're moving across here. This is 734, I think, or 733. And just moving down towards the page break. So where this kind of quite harsh line is here, that is the end of the top page, and then obviously the bottom page begins below. So that's why that kind of harsh line is here, because I just find it easier to work page by page, and I don't worry about lines going this way. I don't worry about horizontal harsh lines. It's only vertical harsh lines and cross stitch that I worry about. So that's where we are this morning, and I'm just going to finish up this thread and then get on with my day, and hopefully maybe this afternoon get out for a few minutes, because it is absolutely a beautiful day and the skies are so blue and we're so lucky. And I think I actually have to go into town today, so that might be a nice excuse to get out into the fresh air. Anyway, that's all for now, and I will talk to you later. Good evening, everyone. It is just coming up to 5 minutes to midnight on Wednesday night, and this is where we are finishing for this evening. So if I just take out the picture here, you can see that this bend here is the fairy's knee. So we have finished the fairy's knee, and now we're moving down in towards her, the kind of part of her dress that's this bit here, this bit that's hanging down. So I'm pretty happy. This is actually the page break. So these stitches here, you see there's quite a harsh line going across here. These are the bottom stitches of the top page, and then everything, of course, below that is the top stitches of the bottom page. So you have moved on, or back on, I should say, because that's where we started, back onto that lower page, and all of her dress stitches on the top page are now finished. So now, like I said, we're moving towards into this darker area where the kind of shadows are, and then down into this big portion of her dress. Now you might be saying, well, there's actually probably more stitches here than everything we've done so far. It's going to take you, as long or longer. I don't think so, because there's actually huge big portions of just block stitches. So I think, ever the optimist, I think it's going to go pretty quick. I tell you something that is actually holding me back a little bit with this chart is there. Now, it's not that common, but there are a few cases, I obviously can't show you the chart, but where there's like misprints. So there's stitches, and actually you can see one, I don't know if you can see it now, it might be on a part that's covered, where I put in a stitch and then thought, oh God, that doesn't look right. And then checked the chart and it was right, but when I checked the picture, that stitch wasn't in the picture, if that makes sense. And I've had that elsewhere where, for example, there was a bead marked right in the middle of a big block of stitch. Obviously kind of these little mistakes are not unusual, but they do hold you back, because then you find yourself kind of constantly double checking that you're not making a mistake. So yeah, that's just one thing that's holding me back, but it's not really doing that much damage. What's causing more of the delay is the fact that I just don't have the time. And I still am. I mean, today it was about 2.5, 3 hours of stitching, and I just don't have those long periods where you can really get into stitching, because it's a weekday, and that's just the way it is, and I'm not complaining. So here is our chart once again, and tomorrow, like I said, I'm going to try and aim for that bottom piece of her dress, and I'm hoping again tomorrow, the 7th, was the deadline. That's obviously not going to happen now, so I'm going to try and aim to get that done on Friday or by Friday evening, and then Saturday and Sunday try and get this pillow or this cushion done. We'll see how it goes. I'm not giving up hope just yet, but for now I'm going to wish you a good evening. I'm going to go to bed, and I will see you tomorrow. Good night.